Alright, welcome back for another Teen Thursday, and since we had such fun last week combining science and art, I thought that we would continue the trend. So today we're going to be doing some more fun with science and art. And today's project is going to be fluid art painting. So I have a canvas sitting in front of me. I also have four different kinds of paint, 4 different colors of acrylic paint that I mixed with water. And I also have just a box to help keep my hands and my workspace from getting entirely dirty. So if you don't know what fluid art pouring is, there are tons and tons of pictures online. It's really cool. Basically you just mix together paint and roll it around on a canvas and see what happens. But this is where the science comes in, because every paint color has a different density. So just like last week, we're kind of playing with the way that density can help us make different art. So the denser that your paint is, it's going to want to sink to the bottom. So if you layer a denser paint with a lighter paint, and your lighter paint's on the bottom, and then you put a denser paint on top, the lighter paint is going to pop up through, which creates really cool cell-looking artwork that is all physics-based. So we're going to give that a try today. Now, I did not specifically look up all the densities of my paint, so I'm kind of winging it, but we should end up with some pretty cool results anyway. So let's get to it. So first things first, I have my 4 different colors of paint here. And with these, I'm going to put them all into 1 cup, and we're going to do something called a dirty pour. So the dirty pour is basically you put all of your paint in 1 cup, put your canvas on the cup and flip it, and then we're gonna roll it around. And I couldn't find any gloves, so my hands are probably gonna get really dirty, but it's fine, I wash. So first things first is I'm just gonna pour my paint into 1 single cup. Okay, so all of my paint is filling this cup all the way to the brim, and now it's time to make a giant mess. Alright, so I'm going to pull out my canvas here and put 2 cups in there to hold it, and we'll just make sure, yep, that'll work. Okay, oops, and I shouldn't make a mess. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take my cup, canvas right on top, and both hands here, folks. Both hands. We are going to flip, and I'm going to set it down on here, and now I'm just going to pull it up and we're going to see what happens. Ready? And sploosh. Ooh. All right, and now we just start. So as my paint is moving around, mine is really slow because I didn't have, there's something called a fluid medium, and all I had for mine was water. So my paint is not going to move quite as well as I would hope it would. I'm gonna go ahead and just get stuff moving with my finger here along to get it all the way to my edges. So because I just had water, my paint is not probably flowing as well as it would otherwise. It's okay. Now we at least have paint on all of the sides, so. All right. So I'm going to stop there before I mess up what I do like. So if you look, these cells here, right? That's where, there's a really nice one right there. That's where we kind of get that magic happening, the difference between the different densities of our paint levels. Like I said, my paint didn't flow very nicely, probably because, like I said, I used water instead of getting an actual fluid medium mix, like Liquitex or Floetrol or something like that. But for a first try at this, I mean, it could have gone better, but I'm not displeased. I think it is something I would definitely try again. I would probably look a little bit more into the layering of the paint so that I could get more of these fun cells. There's not a lot of them, but they're really nice. They are starting to pop out more and more actually as I sit here. My white is coming up through my blue in spots. Over here I see the same sort of thing happening. There's a nice cell here where the orange has come up through. And actually now a lot of them are appearing. I like this. It's kind of fun. I think with the blues, if I just kind of done the blue and the white, I might have gotten a really cool oceany look. But yeah, so there you have it. If you try it, I'd love to see what your results are like, if they're better than mine, especially. But there we have it. Some more of the intersection of science and art. If this is something that you're interested in, this was actually something that started, it became really popular a couple years ago on social media, but the artist who actually first did this, he called it accidental painting back in the 1930s. He was Spanish. And he asked scientists to come and explain to him why this happened. And for a long time, they kind of blew him off. But it's really fascinating the way that the different density, and it also depends a lot on viscosity, how it's, so you really want your paints, as you can see, mine was not very viscous, it was very tight. I don't know if I'm saying that backwards, but anyway, it's really interesting to see how famous professional artists have combined this type of artwork using the science behind it, and a lot of that might be something you could look into and learn a little bit more about, and if you do, I'd love to hear more about it. Oh look, this cell is getting even better. It's got even more blue and orange coming through. That's really fun. But anyway, so I hope that you like this, and I hope that you explore some more. If you have any fun science and art projects that you'd like to share with me, I'd be more than happy to hear about them and give them a try. Other than that, check back later today. There will be a live program starting at 2 o'clock on our Facebook, and I will also be going live at noon with some book recommendations, and then I'll be back again later after that because I want to talk to you about summer reading. So yay! Thanks for joining me again, and I will see you guys again later, and then again next week. Bye!